Hey guys, Kenpachi Yu-Gi-Oh here for a deck tech today and a little bit of a channel update. So, as most of you know, I have not been uploading for quite a while. Just really hasn't been in the schedule for me. But that was more or less having time to prepare for Nationals in Chicago, which that video will be coming up soon as well. Recap of my experience in Chicago. I got these nice little fancy sleeves, and if you were watching yesterday's videos, the Nibiru mat. Overall, it was okay. The event itself kind of sucked. The city of Chicago was nice. But getting on to the deck tech, I decided we're going to do a profile on my deck that I plan on playing for locals and such for a while, Adventure Eldlich. Starting off, we've got 3 Ghost Ogre, 3 Ash, and 3 Nibiru as the actual hand trap monsters. And later on in the video, you'll see that we run Imperm. I think 12 is the right number of hand traps for this deck right now. Ideally, you would want to fit 15 because the ratios of having 2 hand traps at 15 are optimal. But more or less, we're going into Sprite format, Coca-Cola sponsored Sprite format, where you're going to need to be able to stop them from trying to get to a rank 2, or when they get their rank 2 on the board, you want to make sure that it goes off the board or that it can't resolve its effect. Ash is also just generally useful against virtually every deck. I mean, you stop Sword Soul's Vessel, it stops Branded Fusion. In the mirror, it stops Fateful Adventures for searching. This stops Fateful Adventure. I mean, these are just generally the best hand traps to be main decking right now. Moving on, we've got 3 Water Enchantress of the Temple. Pretty much mandatory if you're running the Fateful engine in anything. It gets your whole engine going. It's a free summon if you already have your token out, which can help you search for your equip spell. Most decks use this as like a free body if they've already got the token on the field to go into link plays, which there's a couple in my deck, but not too many of them. You'll see as the deck profile goes on. 2 Eldlich, the Golden Lord, the namesake of the Eldlich part of the deck. He helps you win the game, really, gets rid of problem permanents, whether they be monsters or spells and traps. He's always going to come back until he gets DD crowed or such. And just a lot of decks struggle to fight against Eldlich right now, so he's been my boy for about 3 years now, and I don't see our relationship stopping anytime soon. And to close out the adventure package, we have an Illegal Knight and a Griffin Rider. Griffin Rider is your turn 1 negate. Illegal Knight is your interruption. You can bounce 2 things, and then it goes to your opponent's side of the field, which, even in that instance, like you clogging up an important zone, or like bouncing away your opponent's continuous cards or their negates, like just send them back to the hand, and then you can bounce your Illegal Knight back with Draco back. There's a lot of fun interactions with these cards. They're both level 7s, if that makes you do any funky plays. We'll have to see. Onto the spells in the deck. We've got the mandatory 3 Rite of Aramesir. It gets your adventure out of the deck and it gives you a token. Like, what more do I need to say? It gives you the beater and it gets you further in the game. Like, this is almost never a dead card. Even if you have multiples, like, you can use them to set up Eldlich. You can discard it to Fateful if there's nothing else better in your hand to get rid of, which there almost always will be something better. It's just an overall good card. Either this, Water Enchantress, or both are probably going to get hit on the next list. So that will change the deck when the time comes. 3 Pot of Prosperity. This card finds what you don't have. It's that simple. If you have your Eldlich engine, but you don't have a piece of the adventure, this will find it. If you have Ghost Ogre and you really want to find Ash Blossom, chances are you'll find one in 6 cards. You're not afraid to resolve more than 1 Usually you want to do 1 for 6 and then 1 for 3. But depending on the game, like if you don't need your extra deck, you can do 2 for 6. And dig for what you need. Great card. I am running 2 Fateful Adventure. I see this card both as it is both a starter and an engine piece. So you get it for free when you activate Rite of Aramasir, but let's say you don't have it, you can also just play this and activate the effect to search for Water Enchantress, and then you can just dump the Water Enchantress you just searched. Or if you open the Draco back, you can dump it after you get a token out. You can dump your Eldlich piece. You can dump Eldlich himself to the graveyard and set up your plays from there. And this is going to be a juicy target for Ghost Ogre. So you don't want to be SOL when they blow up your first one. That's why I'm going to be running 2. You can tell me what you guys think about that in the comments if you'd like. On to the one-ofs in the spell department. I've got 1 Draco back, 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Eldlich of White Destiny. You typically want to play White Destiny over Black Awakening because it's a quick play, meaning you can banish it on your opponent's turn if it goes to graveyard that turn. Foolish Burial is a 4th copy of Water Enchantress. Sorry if you guys hear that noise, that's my cat scratching her post when I'm not giving her attention. This is your 4th copy of Water Enchantress. This is your 3rd copy of Eldlich, the Golden Lord. It can turn 1. This is most likely Ash Bait. They're gonna negate it because they're not 100% sure what you're gonna do with it, but they know you're gonna do something broken. Draco back, as the name implies, it is the backbone of the engine. Anytime it goes to the graveyard and you have an adventure token, for the first time that turn, it can go right back on the adventure token. Another fun interaction is you can, if this is in your hand and you have an Eldlich trap that's been turned into a monster, you can equip this, and because it's a normal monster, the Draco back can still bounce a card your opponent controls once per turn. But yeah, I've also considered running 2 Draco backs. I used to in a list from a long time ago. Just like it's useful to have more than 1 Fateful, it can be useful to have more than 1 Draco back, but that opinion tends to get a little bit of flack, because it can be a dead card if you have absolutely nothing on the field, but that is a very rare occasion. On to the traps. Kiki is going to make a guest appearance, possibly, if you guys can see her. 3 Infinite Impermanence. Oh, she's going to rub the camera. Oh, Kiki, what are you doing? I know. Once I get to editing videos, you won't be in them too much anymore. Hello. Infinite Impermanence. Better Veiler. You can set it and hit your opponent's columns, and if they're not paying attention, you can kind of get them. It's just overall rounds out the 12 hand trap package. You want to be able to negate certain things, like gigantic split, 2-liter Sprite, or even just like if you need your monster to go off, just imperm the monster negate. Self-explanatory, imperm is very much a staple in this format. 3 Solemn Judgment. Old man says no. What more do I need to say? Not losing the game is worth half your life points every single time. Stopping your opponent from resolving their big boss monster. Stopping Flunder from performing a normal summon if they only have 1 normal summon. This card's just incredibly good. And if you're not going first, that's what the side deck's for. These cards come out very easily in the side deck. Last but not least, we have all the Eldlich traps. We've got 3 Conquistador, 3 Eldlich, and 2 Haquero for right now. Only reason I'm running 2 instead of 3 is because the deck is currently at 41, and a 3rd Haquero would put it at 42, so I'm not sure if I want to go up to 42 right now. Eldlich summons your big bad boy from the main deck, where he's chilling out most of the time, and if you have him in the graveyard and send this, you get to set one of these for free during the end phase of that turn. Or if your opponent Harpy's Feather Dusters you when you have this, cool. Free extending. These search these, both of these search this searches either one of these. If you don't know how Eldlich works by now, watch some more videos on my channel. I'm sure you'll pick it up. Onto the side deck. We're going to start with 3-Dimensional Barrier. This card is just generically good against a lot of decks right now, like Sword Soul, Despia. It shuts down pretty hard. I think it'll be good against the Coca-Cola Menace, known as Sprite. Shutting down Exceed, for example. They can't go into their Gigantic Sprite or Toad. Everything in here is up for testing, so we'll see how D-Barrier goes, but I'm pretty sure it's going to make the cut. I've got 3 summon limit for when you know you're going to be going first. Another card that's pretty good against Sprite. It's also pretty good against Flunder. They usually can't tribute summon. If you resolve a summon limit, they're going to go into Rabina Eaglin and be stuck there. Also prevents them most of the time from going into their Zeus play, at least in one turn. And just generically useful. Like Despia gets 1 fusion monster, if that. We're going to see how this goes. I haven't played Summon Limit for a while, so it's in the testing phase. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. This is because Anti-Spell Fragrance is a very popular card. And I need to be able to resolve my rights and all that fun stuff. It's also particularly good against Flunder. Banishing their field spell can be nice, or banishing their the continuous. If they try to lead on that, then they can't perform a tribute summon over your stuff. And of course, if you're going to die to Mystic Mine, this usually solves the problem. 3 Joel and Lockbird. This would be the hand trap number 13 to 15. Like, if you're just absolutely sure you need that many hand traps against the matchup you're going for, Joel is pretty useful. Drytron has been popping up a lot from what I can see, and this more or less shuts them down for a turn. Basically, any time you can skip your opponent's turn, you can come back and make a lot of damage on your board through either just Golden Lord and a bunch of monsters, or your extra deck package, which will be shown off next. And last but not least, for the side deck pile, we've got Lava Golem. It's been a little bit of a debate between this and Sphere Mode. I like Lava Golem a little bit better right now because this is also good against Despia boards that end on like double Masquerade or a Masquerade and a Mirror Jade. And that, like, if the Splight opponent has 3 negates up, you just choose the 2 that are the most affected to you. So like you can get rid of their elf and their blue, and like any board, this is a good breakthrough point. And with Prosperity, you're going to be able to find it in a 41 card deck. On to the extra deck. We're starting off with 2 Link Spiders. This is more or less for getting your continuous traps into the graveyard to activate their effects that turn. If you're playing against Dino, this can get their token off the field on your turn and turn it into a free Link material, more or less. Link Spider just has a lot of utility in the deck. 1 Hockey Fibrax. Not 100% sure how I feel about this. It does lead to some combo plays. Like, you can go Hulk in a Nightmare Unicorn, and then if you have another monster, go on Access Code. I'm also considering fitting in a package to go into Baron with Hulk in my deck. Not certain about how that's going to go. So this is a maybe spot, but I mean, Hulk is just too good to not run in a deck that can make it. Line of the Light Charmer Lustrous. This is good for stealing your opponent's stuff from the graveyard. Turns a Link 2 into a Link 3. More or less just for progressing the board, and if it dies, you can search for Hand Trap, I believe, in this deck. Or is it Defense or Less? Oh, never mind, you can't search for anything. But you run it because it can steal games. Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn, just generic Link monsters for now. Nightmare Phoenix isn't as great right now. It is still a back row disruption. Nightmare Unicorn is the only rank 3 in the deck right now. Or, sorry, Link 3. Generally disruptive, gets rid of your opponent's most important piece on the field, and bridges you into Access Code Talker. Just a big guy. What more could you need? He has a lot of attack points, he destroys cards on the field, and he can't be responded to in most situations. So, you run him because he's good. For the Rank 5 package, I've got Pleiades, M7, and Gaia Dragon. Pleiades bounces cards, and you make them with 2 Eldlich trap monsters. And then you can go M7 on top of that. More or less, it's just an extra name and an extra material. It does have an effect where if it's not the turn that you overlaid them on top of Pleiades, you can detach to bounce a card on the field or graveyard back to its owner's hand. It comes up maybe once every 100 games. Gaia Charger has Piercing, and he goes on top of a 5 or 6 for free, and then you get to summon your boy Zeus, which Zeus is incredibly powerful this format. Saying goodbye to an entire Splight field for 2 monsters and a battle phase is incredible. For the Rank 10s, we've got Gustav Max and Liba. Gustav shoots for 2,000. It's made out of 2 Eldliches, or if somehow you steal your opponent's Eldlich, like with Lina, you can keep one under him as a material. Liba has way too many attack points, and he be thick. That's really about it. He attacks a lot. Like, if you just make 2 Eldliches and then this is 6,000 attack that can attack 3 monsters. That can close the game by itself. And if somehow they're still alive, put a Zeus on top of it. And then these are the 2 flex spots. I'm thinking this might be Desert Locust and Baron. This may also be second Zeus and another Link 3 monster. I haven't entirely decided what this is going to be. Probably by locals today I'll figure it out if I can get a Baron, because right now I don't have one. But these are 2 flex spots. Let me know in the comments what you think you would do about it. And last but not least, we've got Randy Johnson. This is my dedicated adventure token. We have a lot of autographs on here. We've got, hey, what's up guys, it's Steve Grinder. We got M. Cole 39, not quite M. Cole 40. We've got Nim Nim. Jeff Jones right here, signed right across Randy's face. I like that. 5th Rate Duelist. And a couple I don't quite remember. But, oh, this is Jonathan Moore. And let me see if I can turn this around and recognize it. Oh, yeah, this one right here is GG Yu-Gi-Oh! Sorry if I didn't recognize your name first. If you'd like to add your name to this astounding list of signatures on Randy Johnson, like the video and comment. I will see you guys later. Hi, Kiki.